Welcome to another edition of the USD 393 update, sponsored by Eagle Communications. Once again, we want to thank all of our partners out there to make this possible. I am excited today for the opportunity for you to get the chance to see our robotics team live and in action. So that's coming up next. But I wanted to talk about what sort of got our robotics going and the interest. There's a couple things that happened. First off, last year, I want to start, you had the opportunity last year in our updates to actually visit and see the STEM lab, mobile STEM lab that came to us from Greenbush. And one of the things that sparked interest was STEM opportunities. From that, our tech director, Mr. Mark Chardine, sort of looked at different competitions and different things that we might be able to bring STEM into our classroom. And one of those things was the WSU robotics competition. And so you're going to get a chance to hear a little bit more about that. But one of the things that we're excited about and where you're at today is in what we call our makerspace. Believe it or not, this is not just a bunch of junk laying around this room. There is actually a purpose for everything that's here. And this is a chance for our kids to have hands-on learning using STEM learning options and possibilities. And so what we're looking at is not only are we going to be building a robot here in this classroom, once they're done with the robotics competition here in October, then they will be working on other STEM opportunities, such as Finch robots and taking them to our elementary school and the kids down there. Also looking at partnering with Kansas Wesleyan with other STEM opportunities, and then bringing in Arduinos and all sorts of different computer things that probably make no sense to the general public, but I want you to understand that there is a lot of exciting things happening in what we call this maker space. So today we welcome you into our maker space, and hopefully you'll get a chance to learn a little bit about the competition and about the exciting learning opportunities here at Solomon. So stay right there, and we'll be back with our students and with Mr. Dooley, our high school principal.
Stop into the city of Solomon. A nice place to visit, a better place to live. West Plaza Country Mart, your friendly community grocery store. Now with online grocery shopping for home delivery or in-store pickup. Call, click, or stop in today. Be the belle of the ball when you shop Abilene Bridal and Formal Wear, offering elegant evening dresses and tuxedos for all occasions. Abilene Bridal and Formal Wear, where dreams come true.
At Eagle Communications, we're proud to provide the communications services you need to get the most from today's technology. Our employee owners make it happen. We're part of your community, and we take pride in delivering excellent customer service. If you ever have a question, give us a call. We're here to help. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Welcome back to the Solomon USD 393 monthly update. With me, I have our first hour technology class, and we'll shortly have them introduce themselves, and then we're going to ask them a few questions about their robot they're building. But before we do that, we'll talk a little bit about the competition that they're entering. They have entered the Kansas Best competition in Wichita, Kansas, and as part of that competition, they have to put together, assemble, and develop a robot that has some agricultural ties. It's got to be able to plant a crop and harvest a crop. So what you see in front of you is where they're at in that stage right now, and there are several larger schools that compete in this competition, and they will go down to Wichita near the end of October and put the robot into production and get to see some other robots as well. So they've obviously been working hard at putting it together, and we'll demonstrate it and then ask them some questions about how it works as well. But before we do that, we'll have them introduce themselves, their name, their age, and their grade.
My name is Cameron Miller. I'm 15 and a freshman.
My name is Noah Swartz. I'm 17 and I'm a senior.
I'm Hallie Edwards. I'm 17 and I'm also a senior.
My name's Cameron Noggle. I'm 17 and I'm a junior.
I am Drew Wood. I'm 17 and I'm a senior.
Okay. Well, I guess before we ask some questions about the robot, I think we all want to see it actually put into use. So Cameron, can you show us how the arm of the robot works?
I can. Let me just turn it on.
And this is being done with what kind of controller?
I think it's a Zexnex. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's through the VexNet
Yeah, the
software. We're provided all this stuff by the best robotics competition, and so they give us a Vex starting software, and this has a USB thing on the back, which wirelessly syncs up with this, which has our controls coming out, linking up to the actual arm.
Wow.
And that's so far. Right now we're having some trouble. This arm is probably going to weigh a little bit more, so we're thinking about attaching a spring right here to maybe take some of the load for it, but that's the arm right now. So
And this is what?
this will be the base of it. We've had some troubles with the wheels getting them to stay on, but we think we figured out a solution that will hopefully work.
What is that solution?
Well, here it's somewhere. We have a piece of PVC pipe like this, and we're going to put it over the motor. You can see here it has like a little flat edge, like that. We're going to try to put a PVC pipe over it and screw a screw or a bolt against the flat edge to get some leverage to hold it on there so that we can actually get the wheel to rotate with the motor and not just spin out.
So what is it doing right now? Well, what challenges are you having with the wheels right now?
Right now they're falling off. They're not getting a whole lot of motion with the motor. We've had the motor kind of just not catch on the wheel.
Okay.
And the wheels also kind of fall off a little bit sometimes.
So Hallie, what will this part of the robot, what is its purpose in the competition?
So what we're going to do is that we're going to attach some PVC pipe that we've cut in half, and we're going to attach half of it over here and then half of it to a bar, which will be over here. And the purpose of it is to create like a claw, and so it will be able to actually grasp the corn, which is paint rollers in the scenario. And so it's just to make it so that we can actually harvest the corn and pick it up.
Okay, now it's also my understanding that you have to be able to plant the crop as well.
Yes, we have seeds, which are golf balls, and that will be a separate part of the robot entirely. We haven't started that yet. We want to get the arm and the wheels figured out first, but we're thinking of having a large PVC pipe that comes about right here, and then having something that picks up the golf balls and then releases them into the seeding slots.
Okay, awesome. Noah, what has been the biggest challenge that you've seen throughout this competition, throughout trying to put together this robot?
Like what part?
Yeah.
Probably the wheels, because they won't stay on. They'll just they won't spin like full circle. They'll spin like they're wobbly, and then they'll fall off.
What about the arm? I heard someone earlier say that the weight is too much on there. Are you struggling with the weight on the front of it?
Yeah, it's kind of like weighing down at the front. And
Top
you need to
heavy?
put like a weight on the back.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the actual BEST program that our tech class is involved with. And Cameron, can you tell us a little bit about your first experience in Wichita with the other schools that were there and what that experience was like?
There was only about 4 of us, and we had our own reserved rows. Everywhere else was standing room only.
And a lot of larger schools there, I assume?
Yeah, we're the smallest school there.
Okay. Noah, can you give us a little bit more? We've talked about the competition a little bit about, yeah, we're making a robot, but can you be a little more specific of how the competition itself will work when you actually go down there?
Well, we'll have our robot ready, and then we'll go through there's a picture of it right there. Right there. We'll go through this course, and you get points for how much you harvest and all the seeds you get, and there's little pigs you can get too. And whoever gets the most points wins. And then we have a marketing presentation for 4 judges.
Hallie, thank you, Noah. On top of that, can you talk a little bit about, and Noah mentioned it, a little bit about the engineering notebook that you've had to develop, and as well as the marketing part of the actual program involving a little bit of business into the scenario?
So there's an optional thing we can do as part of BEST called the BEST competition, and so you don't have to do it to compete in just the general robot, but if you do it, then you have to sell your product. And so you have to go in a day earlier than the competition, and you take your robot with you, and you talk to the judges, and you say, this is why our robot is the best robot. This is why you should buy it. And we have self-appointed roles, so we have a CEO, and we have an accountant, and we have engineers, and we get to talk to them about what their role was and why our product is the most efficient one. And we get graded on that. And then alongside that, we have an engineering notebook, which is a 60-page notebook we have to keep documenting every single step of our engineering process.
The journey.
Yeah. And so we have to talk about what we tried, what failed, what succeeded, why we went with this instead of this, why we chose that. So like for our wheels, for example, we chose a 12-inch diameter because we did the math and that was what gave us the best torque. And so we have to document every single step of it.
Awesome, awesome. One aspect that we really haven't hit on that I'm going to have Drew talk about is this is all great. We've had to do a lot of engineering and putting things together, but the second piece of that is the actual programming part of that. And Drew, to my understanding, has taken kind of the bull by the horns with the programming. So can you explain a little bit about the processes that you've had to take with programming this device, this machine?
Well, with the programming, they first gave us a little base code kind of to help introduce us to what we're supposed to start out with.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much we had to go through, had to test it, go in, test it, a bunch of trial and error, see how it works, the ins and outs of how it goes. And for the most part, I think it's almost fully programmed.
Awesome.
We just need to start putting everything together and
Good,
seeing
good.
how the wheels work.
And what is the date of your competition?
22nd.
22nd. Okay. And how many how many schools will compete in that?
There's 30 in general, and then there's 19 in the specific best.
Specific competition. Okay. So Mr. Cope will wrap this session up here in a second, but before that, I just want to thank these 5 students for their hard work and their commitment to putting their robot together, and we wish them the best of luck at their best competition. And I just want to say that when we had the STEM lab in here last year, it really sparked our interest as the adults in the building, as well as some students' interest. We've added a junior high tech class where we're going to be using Arduinos and Raspberry Pis to hopefully, by the time they become our junior high, become the age of these young people here, that they will have a great interest in manufacturing, building, and engineering different types of things. So we wish them the best of luck at their competition and really like what they're doing. Thank you.
At Eagle Communications, we deliver what matters to your business. Our services are fast, reliable, secure, and competitively priced, giving you more value for your hard-earned business dollar. With Eagle Communications, you're not just another number, you're part of our business family. And we deliver peace of mind with local technicians who provide dedicated system monitoring and support. Connect to something better. Call Eagle Communications, and let's talk about what matters to your business.
Around here, we believe in local values like hard work, family time, or a fair price on reliable internet from a local company. That's why Eagle Communications delivers great local values, like a range of internet options to fit your family's needs. Fast and consistent enough to power everyone's devices at once. All at reasonable prices we're proud to offer our friends and neighbors. Ready for better internet? Give us a call or visit eaglecom.net and discover our local values today.
Welcome back. What a great feature that was. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Those of you that are attached to social media and use social media, part of their marketing campaign that you learned about is also following them. You can follow along at Solomon Robotics, follow on Twitter at Solomon Robotics, or we try to retweet it at Solomon Schools. And so if you're a Facebook person, we're trying to get some posts out there on Facebook for them as well. And then, of course, make sure you check this feature out because that's what you're doing, and please share this as well with other people to help get the word out about the Solomon Robotic team, and you can share that at Eagle Communications on their website as well. So one of the things that's going to be a great feature is that you're going to get a chance to witness this robot on display, but maybe even in action, depending upon the timing of it, before they go out to competition at WSU at the next home football game. It's amazing how we need to get the word out about the great things that are happening here at Solomon Schools, and a great way to do it is at community functions. And one of the community functions is, of course, a home football game. It brings out a large crowd, but we want them not only to witness a football game, but we want them to witness the academics that are taking place and another competition that's taking place, which is our robotics team. Without their hard efforts and without the leadership of Mr. Mark Chardine, this wouldn't be possible. So I want to wish them the best of luck in representing Solomon, and hopefully they'll represent us in a great way. And there's only 5 of them compared to maybe 95 at St. John's Military, but we're 5 that are proud and strong and are going to do a great job. So best of luck to those students. Until next month, we'll see you back here at USD 393 Update.